Yeah, it was good, brothers and sisters. I'm watching my side like always.
Hi.
And we want to come and talk a little bit. It's going to, the title is called When Evils Multiplied on the Earth and the Beast Was Let Loose.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of our people don't like to talk about the wicked and this beast that's loose out here.
Or
They-
how evils got multiplied.
Or how evils got multiplied. They want to talk about one man that's a pope. They don't want to call out a nation of people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get into the scriptures to show it's a nation of people who's out here running loose, that's evil, and that's a beast out here that's roaming this earth. So we
Mm-hmm.
want to show who these people are, and we're not gonna play no games that says the Pope and all this other wild stuff people talking about. Because for some
Mm-hmm.
reason, a lot of our brothers and sisters got their favorite heathens who they love and want to protect.
Mm-hmm.
So now they all of a sudden they don't know who's who in the Bible.
Hmm.
Esau could be anybody. He could be black. He could be Chinese. He could be green, purple. He's a fallen angel. He's mixed with angel, mixed with man.
He's an African and called the Edo.
He's an African called Edos, some village nobody knows about. Even though the prophecy said Edom gonna build, he gonna throw down.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the prophecy say everybody gonna know who Edom is,
Yeah.
they say he's somewhere in Africa in a village that nobody knows about.
And even though the Lord said, I made him bare, he's not able to hide himself.
Yeah.
How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? And that wasn't a question. It was two rhetorical statements from the Almighty in Obadiah 1 and what? Matter of fact, get that. Obadiah 1 and what is that? 6?
Let me see what is that.
It's not even asking the question because the Lord already understood who he made Edom.
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah, he did.
Whose womb Edom was planted in, just like you guys like to quote Jeremiah chapter 1 about being known in the womb before you was even conceived out of your mother's womb. So he knew who Edom was.
Yeah, he did.
He don't have no amnesia, and he definitely ain't playing no games with no lies.
Nope.
So we're going to look at Obadiah 1 and 6 to see if this is a question or this is a rhetorical statement from the Almighty God. And we're going to look at Obadiah 1 and 6.
Here you go. Obadiah 1 and 6. Let me get
Yes.
real quick.
So that we can understand what's going on. So people are not just stealing Father's words and then just building a bunch of lies that they daubed, hoping that you will confirm the word.
Yeah. Obadiah 1:6 to
What's that
say,
say?
how are the things of Esau searched out?
Is there a question mark that's saying that?
Nah, ain't no question.
What is that? An exclamation point.
Yeah.
All
How
right.
are his hidden things sought up?
How are his hidden things sought up? Yeah, that's simple as that. Was that a question mark behind that?
Nope. No
It's an
question
exclamation
mark.
point. 2 exclamation points. Rhetorical.
Right.
Because he made them bare. Everybody else is playing games.
Yeah, they are. And now we're gonna go into we're gonna start off with First Maccabees. We're gonna do the whole chapter.
All right.
And reading the book of the Maccabees and the Apocrypha, I see why a lot of brothers and sisters don't like it and why they say it's fake, because it tells you a lot of the wickedness of the history of these heathens.
Mm-hmm.
And our people want to reject it. And even though it talks about who they teach, they call him Alexander the Great. The scriptures say this man was wicked and evil, but y'all will believe when they say Alexander the Great, he was, y'all believe that's true. But when the Apocrypha talk about him, oh, it's not true. That book is fake. But when the heathen talk about him, you believe it. You see how sick y'all minds are?
Yep. They look at as the Father as a liar, and they made man the truth.
Yeah, that's what they try
When
to
he
do.
said, do the other way around, let every man be a liar, and you're supposed to let God be true.
Yeah.
So they're trying to say, oh, that Alexander, don't look at that Alexander and how is it that they got into Greece and annexed that land and invaded that land. Don't look at that. Don't look at how the Father said, but you can go over to their schools where they call them great and listen to what they're saying and pass that down and believe what that man is saying historically happened through their historians. But then when it comes to the Most High's historians, scribes from heaven, you don't even want to draw from the scribe from heaven, but you'll do it from a scribe from the earth, which is the darkness that don't even comprehend the light.
No, they don't. And you believe every word they say, but when it comes to what's written, you don't want to believe that.
Nope.
That's crazy.
You don't want to believe as it is written.
That's crazy. Knowing these people are nothing but liars, man.
Yep. But then you're the first one to talk about how a native Indian talks about speaking with a forked tongue.
Right. Come on, man.
But we talk about let every man be a liar and let God be true. That's what we say. We're not here for no smooth messages and prophesying deceits. We're no lying historians.
Nope.
Or lying philosophers.
We ain't falling for nothing.
People trying to come and rewrite history because they know the scripture said it is written. But they said, no, we're going to rewrite history because it's going to be kind to us. So they tell it the way they want to tell it. They see what God says, and they'll try to and they'll try to convince you. Oh no, that wasn't there. It wasn't there. And they all run behind them. Well, yeah, it wasn't there. It wasn't there.
Yeah.
But this is the history of what's going on with Alexander, who they call the Great.
Yeah. Who that? Pure Truth 360 said, "What up, fam?
Hey, what up?
Hey, what's up with you?
Hope everything's well out there where you at."
Mm-hmm. So now, let me read again. This is the title: When Evils Multiplied on the Earth and the Beast Was Let Loose.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna start at First Maccabees 1, the whole chapter.
All right.
Now let's get into some true history right
Let's get it.
It says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
They overthrew that Persian Mede Empire. And who was the first over Greece? Who they teach, Alexander the Great, who they say what was the beginning of their civilization. Even though we already know in the ancient times that wasn't their beginning. No, because you got the beginning of time, the midst of time, the end of times, which we are, we're at the ends of the earth, and you got the hereafter, where we're going to meet Mashiach and the angels and the saints. Yep. That's coming with them in the first resurrection.
Verse 2, and made many wars.
Yeah.
And won many strongholds.
Wait, can you go read the previous verse so I can hear that Alexander thing? He made what?
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
Came out of Chittim. Okay, so he was the first over Greece. All right.
Verse 2, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth.
Went around conquering all the kings of the earth, scoffing at him.
Verse 3, and he went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations.
Even to the ends of the earth, man, and took spoils of many nations. So he went conquering with the sword many nations, deriding all strongholds.
Yeah, and that's what they do. That's what them people do. And so much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
And don't they exalt him in the schools?
Yeah.
Don't they exalt Alexander? Don't they teach his heritage, which is waste for the dragons of the field of the wilderness?
That's what they do. Verse 4, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations.
That's what he did.
And kings.
Yeah.
Who became tributaries unto him.
Yep, paid him tributary.
Yeah. Verse 5, and after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Verse 6, wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen once he parted the kingdom to these people? You are going to see. Verse 7, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. That wicked bastard. Verse 8, and his servants bare rule, everyone in his place.
Yeah, because he parted the kingdom, and they all bear rule, every man in his place.
Verse 9, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years.
Yep, so they had heirs to the throne.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Now the gospel was being spread all over the place.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Law, statutes, and commandments of God, because they kept covenants and Sabbaths.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
See that? That's how evils got multiplied all over the earth. They were spreading all that evil over the whole earth.
Yeah.
During the time of the Greeks, this is their civilization, how it began. They don't teach us that in school, but the Most High teaches us.
Yeah. Y'all the same ones that say, I can't stop nobody from serving the Most High. Righteous Gentiles. Talking about they coming through the gates. Y'all saying all this. We reading about evils was multiplied in the earth.
Yeah.
How they went around conquering. I didn't hear nothing about the Most High coming out their mouth. What I've been reading right now.
Me either. And how this beast was let loose.
Yeah.
And how they began to put crowns on their head.
Yeah. And they lifted up in their own pride. And that's just how they are.
And that's what deceived them.
Yeah. Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root.
Nah, it couldn't be. Not an abominable branch. What type of a root?
A wicked root.
See, our root is holy. So that's why y'all like to go to Romans 11 and bring them in. Yeah. Talking about, don't you boast about me. But our root is in Romans 11. Theirs is in First Maccabees 1. What is that?
10.
1:10.
Yeah.
And it came of what type of a root?
And there came out of them a wicked root.
A wicked root came out of them.
Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
That's the name of this bastard.
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 132nd and 7th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
The kingdom of the Greeks. That's when his reign began.
And that's another reason I don't want to go into this, because talk about them Greeks.
Yep.
Which is all these people still eat them. It's just the time they was ruling.
Yep.
It was certain beasts that was just ruling more evil and more wicked and more wicked.
Yep.
That's all that is.
And then the landmass that they had in order to rule these empires, to become emperors, to become kings, to be in authoritative positions, to have the scepter. But it said evils was being multiplied.
Yep. In the earth.
In the earth. And they start spreading it all over the place.
Yep. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
And Israel's coming too and doing what? What type of men?
Wicked men.
And wicked men. What they do?
Who persuaded many
to do what?
Saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that
are
round about us.
What?
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And y'all know that to this day, y'all trying to say, let's join with the heathens. Y'all trying to say they can hold on to your skirt. Y'all trying to say, cleave to me. Y'all trying to say, I'm going to be a light to them. No.
Yeah.
That's wicked men doing that.
Yeah.
That's not righteous men.
And
we're not supposed to join with the heathens. But y'all saying, let's join with them and trying to lie, says written that we're supposed to do that.
And they're trying to find different scriptures like a Revelation 21, 24, trying to say, oh, look, they're bringing their glory in there. And their kings. Is Alexander spread and multiply, or he's bringing glory?
Multiplying evil.
He's not bringing no light into there. It's at the nations that are saved. He come to save Israel.
Yeah.
And her company. That's of Jacob. But no, y'all want to find every place where you could fit somebody, because a lot of y'all got that in your family tree. So you're trying to find everything so that you can say, you bless me, at least have one blessing for me. But you don't want to find a place for repentance.
Nope.
The Father don't bless no mess.
No, don't. So let me read that again. So y'all see. Verse 11, First Maccabees 1:11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Wicked men.
Who persuaded many.
Persuaded many.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We all come together. What's
There's
that?
Only one race, the human race.
One race, the human race. What's that one they say? Anybody can serve. No, there's another one they say.
Anybody can serve the Father.
Nah, what's that other one? Whatever they're trying to say to join us with heathens, pretty much. They was doing it back then, they doing it now.
Believers, sojourners.
Yeah, anything you hear brothers and sisters trying to say to try to make us think we could join heathens, that's wickedness, because we never supposed to join them. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
They're trying to join light with darkness. They're trying to join Babylon with Zion.
Yeah.
They're trying to join the truth with the lie. They're trying to join having your master Mammon with the master, our rock, our king.
Yeah.
Knowing that their rock is not as our rock. Even our enemies themselves being judges.
That's right. And they're going to try to persuade many, saying, let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
That's what they're doing.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
That's how they felt.
Pure Truth 360 said, that's right. Always separate and set apart.
That's right.
Yeah.
He severed us from all these nations.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't join us with these nations. He separated us from it. And he separated the sons of Adam. And then he gave us to be the lot of his inheritance and set the bounds according to us, our 12 gates.
Yeah.
Our 12 apostles.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king.
See that?
Who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
So Israelites stopped going to their God and stopped going to the Levites for the Urim and the Thummim, and they start getting counsel from men.
Yeah.
They start taking counsel from men.
14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathens.
Start doing the customs of the heathens. To go
building stuff, in Jerusalem, according to the filthy, wicked customs of the heathens.
Following them.
And that's what we're doing now.
Yep.
Verse 15, and made themselves uncircumcised.
See that?
And forsook the holy covenant.
See that?
And joined themselves to the heathen.
The holy covenant only given to Israel.
And were sold to do mischief.
Sold to do mischief. Sold yourself for naught.
And that's why we talk about this beast, because this beast got a stronghold on everybody and our people.
Yeah.
And these of our ancestors knew the Most High. And look how much that beast had influence on them to leave the customs and follow them. Even though they knew the Most High, knew his powerful, wonderful works, his mercy, his good. They knew all that and still wanted to follow the heathens. What is up with these heathens that got a stronghold on our people, man?
Saw his signs, saw his wonders, saw his mighty hand, how he fought for us.
Yeah.
We didn't have to lift a finger. We didn't have to touch nothing. He was doing the touching.
Yeah. Let me read 15
again.
They
forsook their holy covenant. You see how they did?
Yeah.
That's how you set up the abomination and make it desolate. When you forsake your holy covenant.
Read that again. Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen. And were sold to do mischief.
That's how it happened.
16. Now, when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of the two realms.
So he wanted to go over there to Egypt too. That's how they got into these other places too. Yep. And now some of them, they even kicked out the Mizraimites. That's why they deface. See, their whole purpose is to deface a man, his heritage, and his house. So he said, let me go over there to Egypt too. You know, then they get mad at Kevin Hart because he said the real Egyptians was black. And they got on him talking about, oh, we're going to cancel him. Cancel culture. Cancel culture. We don't care about that. What did he say? He thought to do what to Egypt?
Now, when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt.
He thought to reign over Egypt.
That he might have the dominion of the two realms. 17. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude of chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy. 18. And made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled. And many were wounded to death. 19. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt.
See that?
And he took the spoils thereof.
That's how he got the strong. So some people don't know the heritage and the history of how that they got into even Egypt. How they even got into Jerusalem. Right. How they got into this land. How they got into that land.
And it's funny, these fake Egyptologists and all that, they can't even tell you how they got thrown down. But we reading how they got thrown down.
Yeah.
They keep talking they was kings and queens. You ask them, how did y'all get thrown down? How did y'all lose that? They can't even tell you.
Nothing.
We're reading about it right here.
Yeah. Our answers come from the Most High. Yep. We study to give answers.
Verse 20. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt. He returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Now he's going up to who?
Israel and Jerusalem.
And Jerusalem. So Egypt, Israel, Jerusalem.
And it's funny, the wicked men disobeyed the Most High and followed them, and then look what they did.
Yeah.
You want to join yourself with them, and they turn right around, and they're going to go against you. And that's what our people doing now. You siding with the heathen, and they're going to turn right on you.
Yeah.
Because you was never supposed to join with them or side with them in the first place.
And that's how they got into thy breath, O Emmanuel. They entered into the land of Judah now, Jerusalem, to that stronghold now.
Yeah, and look, 21, and entered proudly into the sanctuary.
No, they didn't enter too proud. Oh, now they're getting ready to go to Levi's territory.
And entered proudly into the sanctuary.
Because you already know the sons of Aaron, they had their portion, which was who? The Most High. Now they go into the sanctuary now.
And took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light.
Took that too.
And all the vessels thereof.
Oh, that's mine too. Give that to me too.
22, and the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels,
they took
and
that.
The vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all what he pulled off.
All the sacred things that the Levites, the ones, the descendants from Aaron, came in there. See, we're doing line upon line today because we don't want to miss nothing.
Nah,
we want to see, you can see this. You can see, so you won't be using these Pope narratives. Because didn't Paul say the mystery of iniquity was already working back then?
Yep.
This was the iniquity that was working back then. You see how they came into Egypt? You see how they came into the house of Israel? Samaria, the house of Judah, Jerusalem, and then now, look what's going on now. Now they're going into Levi's territory, where he had all the sacred things with the oblations to give to what the Father had, the shewbread, the table, all of that, everything that they did.
Verse 23. He took also the silver and the gold.
Took that too.
And the precious vessels. Also, he took the hidden treasures which he found.
And see, that's what happens. Remember in 1 Samuel 8? Make us a king. Make us a king like the other nations. And they'll go before us and they'll judge us. And look, oh yeah, they went before you. Look what they're doing to you now. Yep. Look how they went before you. They're ransacking all your strongholds. Now they're in the sanctuary where we're supposed to serve the Father.
Right. 24. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre.
So he went back to his land. wait. I know. I wanted to hear. No, I wanted to hear that. He said.
And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land.
His own land. You see that, y'all? He went into his own land. And aren't these people not a keeper at their own house? They know where their dwelling is. He went into his own land after he started doing all that. Then he went back to his own land, all proud, because look, he had a massacre. He's massacring everybody and becoming famous for massacring people.
Having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. And that's all them people do, go around killing, and they speak very proudly of their wickedness. That's what they do. They're not nobody who's want to serve the Most High, righteous Gentiles. These people are some murderers, and they some proud murderers too.
Mass murderers.
Yep, 25. Therefore, there was great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were. 26, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed.
Yeah.
27, every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. 28, the land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. 29, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came into Jerusalem with a great multitude. Verse 30, and spake peaceably words unto them, but all was deceit. Don't try to understand that. Why does you think the scripture say never trust the enemy? All these people do is try to speak peaceably and smooth words. It's all deceit. It's all a lie.
As a matter of fact, go to there, Daniel 8:25.
Make sure.
Wait, what verse is that?
Hold up, I got to see.
Yeah.
Verse.
We're gonna hold verse.
30.
30. And we're gonna go to Daniel 8:25. Because they're saying they speak peaceably.
Yeah.
I don't believe them.
What is deceit?
What is deceit? They're not coming to restore you. Oh, I'm going to restore you so you can come back into private property.
Right.
So that you can come back in here. But they took something that's already yours anyway. They're violating your rights.
Yeah.
What does it say, Daniel
8:25?
Yeah.
And through his policy, also he should cause craft to prosper in his hand.
That's what he's prospering, craft.
And he should magnify himself in his heart.
That's what he's doing.
And by peace shall destroy many.
And by who?
And by peace shall destroy many.
See, they could do it like that. They could either do it by the sword or by the peace. And they make policies up. And by peace, they're doing what?
Destroy many.
Is that it?
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he should be broken without hand.
That's right. So the Lord, they're going to meet their match. But we're just showing you that. They're going to try to see, because when you that lifted up, oh, look what I'm doing to everybody else. But then they're going to try to fight Yahushua at the end. Oh, but he's going to be destroyed. I went there to Daniel 8:25 to show you his policy, because they don't just do it with violence. They also do it with the pen.
Yeah.
And they do it through their policy. And they do it through peace. And what did it say? What verse are we at? We're at 1 Maccabees, what? 1 what?
30.
30. And we're going to line that up. Remember Daniel 8:25. Now we're at 1 Maccabees 1:30. What's that say?
And spake peaceably words unto them, but all was deceit.
All was deceit.
For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city.
See that?
And smote it very sore.
Because they let their guard down. And that's how he was. And then he moved in with the sword and moved in with the kill.
And destroyed much people of Israel.
That's how they do that. They come destroy. 31.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire. And pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. And these, I'm going to keep saying it, these are the ones who you saying can serve the Father. These are the ones who you call righteous Gentiles. These are the ones who you saying can get grafted in. These wicked people that we're reading about who slaughtered a lot of Israelites, went into the holy temple and destroyed it. And these are the same people you saying to be a light to.
The ones who prosper craft, they come and speak with deceit. And then when you let your guard down, then all of a sudden they just move on you with the kill.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. And then they'll tell you, I don't want you to get blindsided. I don't want you. And then boom, they move in with the kill. That's how these people are.
Yeah.
These are the descendants of, that's why they say, don't read this book.
Yeah, because they want you to see their nature. The true history of how wicked these people are.
The nature of the beast. It's just the nature of the beast.
Read 31 again. When he had taken the spoils of the city,
that's what he did.
He set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. 32, but the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. 33, then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall.
Well, I thought the Pope, we're waiting on the Pope to do this because we're waiting on that third temple.
That third temple was garbage and a lie.
What did he
Verse
say?
33.
Okay.
Then builded they the city of David.
They built the city of David. That's how they came up in there. So that's when that happened. First Maccabees 1:33.
With a great and strong wall.
Yes.
And with mighty towers.
Yes.
And made it a stronghold for them.
That's right. So that's how they got in there. That's how you see that descended, including the line of Herodians, was entering that. Because have you ever wondered how is it that King Herod became the king of what he thought was the Jews, not knowing that our Messiah is the king of the Jews? Mm-hmm. Have you ever wondered that?
Probably not.
When you read Matthew chapter 2 about Herod. See, but this is prior to Herod. Mm-hmm. So what happened leading up to Herod? Yep. This is how you get what they call the Greco-Roman, how you see the empires, how they've been established on multiplying evils on swords, destroying people wonderfully in peace. Mm-hmm.
34. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. So I'm just hearing about sinful, wickedness, and murder when it comes to these heathens. When it comes to Edom and evils. That's all I'm not saying what y'all said. I'm not saying righteousness, holiness, none of that. I'm saying all types of evil and wickedness and murder and sin and everything that's corrupt. That's what I'm reading here right now.
Yeah.
35. They stored it. They stored it also with armor and victuals. And when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there. And so they became a sore snare. 36. For it was a place to lie and wait against the sanctuary.
See that?
And an evil adversary to Israel.
Oh, to lie and wait. So that's how you get the religious instructions to the Negroes out on this side. The Simon says, touch your neighbor and say this. That's why you see a lot of our people who you guys keep calling Pastor Porkchop. This is how they did it. They lied away to the sanctuary. A lot of their teachings, their Pope narratives, that comes from them. Going up to heaven, that comes from them. Yep. So you can see a lot of the teachers that come from them on the stuff that they did because they lied and wait on what?
Against the sanctuary.
Okay.
And an evil adversary to Israel. So they call it evil adversary, not a friend,
no,
not a righteous Gentile, not a cleaver, not I'm gonna grab your skirt.
No.
Now I gotta be a light to you. They are called an evil adversary to Israel.
And they weren't looking to them as Christians and Jewish.
No, they wasn't.
And Catholics. They wasn't. They was not looking at them as religious people with a holy covenant.
Nope.
Because they knew that the holy covenant was only given to Jacob. Yeah. Because he showed his word to Jacob. And as for any other nation, he didn't deal with them.
Nope. 37. Thus they shed innocent blood.
They do that too.
On every side of the sanctuary.
Every side of the sanctuary.
And defiled it.
Yep.
38. Insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them.
Yep.
Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers.
It was a habitation of friends.
Of strangers.
Of strangers.
And became strange to those that were born in her.
Oh, yeah.
And her own children left her.
See that? Her own children. Jerusalem, her land soil knows her own children. Mm-hmm. Samaria knows her own children. These are some wicked footmen.
Yeah.
Wicked horsemen in their chariots. People who are bloodthirsty, who stand. So her own children left.
39. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness.
Yes.
Her feasts were turned into mourning.
Yes, they were.
Her Sabbaths into reproach.
Yep.
Her honor into contempt.
Yep.
Verse 40. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased.
Yep.
And her excellency was turned into mourning.
Yep.
41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
See that?
Now, y'all talking about one world order. What? Is this before y'all heard all this stuff these people talking about? One world order. They want to kill everybody off and make it one world government, one world order. Let me read this one more time, just in case you ain't heard it.
One race, the human race.
Right. First Maccabees 141. Moreover, King Antiochus, that's who did this here, wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. He put this out there. And this actually happened. Not all these conspiracy rumors y'all heard these people saying, because it ain't prophecy. That's why it's not going to go down like that.
Yeah.
42. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
You see that? That's why they all in agreement with this.
Yeah.
We're the Protestant church. We're this, because they have to make it look like their persecution is biblical.
Right. And don't let these heathens fool you and think they hate each other just because you see them with some fake little warning. All that is to put a delusion in front of you. Let me read this again. And everyone should leave his laws.
His laws.
So all the heathen agreed.
That's what they did. They gave their strength over to the beast.
According to the commandment of the king.
And they had one mind.
Yep.
To give their kingdom and their strength over to the beast.
43, yeah. Many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Not the Hebrew Israelites. They considered to who?
His religion.
His religion.
And see, that's what happened. That beast, man.
Yeah.
Is vicious.
Consented. The rough goat.
Yep.
The leopard. We're dealing with the Greek Empire, the Grecian Empire, who removed you and your sons far from your borders when you study the book of Joel or Joel.
Right. 43. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Consented to his religion.
And sacrificed unto idols.
That's what they did.
And profaned the Sabbath.
They did that too. That's why they got Sunday service, sun worship.
44. For the king has sent letters by messengers.
That's how he did it.
Unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah.
That's what he did.
That they should follow the strange laws of the land.
No, it's not strange laws. Thessalophoria ain't strange. Winter solstice ain't strange. But to saying that Jesus Christ was born on December the 25th, that is not strange.
And that's what we see right now. All these strange laws of the land got a lot of our people, and all the heathens is following it under this one beast.
Santa Claus and singing the Christmas trees and
bunnies laying eggs and
bunnies laying eggs.
St. Patty's days and all types of crazy
shoot
stuff.
People in the heart. Isn't that murder?
So they got all that strange laws of the land.
Yes. April Fool's Day, St. Patty's Day.
Right. 45.
What you putting green on?
Oh, because it's St. Patrick's Day.
What is this?
45. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice.
That's what they did.
And drink offerings in the temple. And that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
Yeah, because Christ, he didn't come to change the law and the prophets. He came to fulfill it. Oh, yeah, but they came to do a lot of changing.
Oh, yeah.
The beast that was let loose came to do a lot of changing.
Right. And let's see what else this wicked beast is. It's not over. There's a lot more going on.
Oh, yeah.
46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
That's what he did.
47. Set up altars.
What else?
And groves. And chapels of idols. And sacrifice swine's flesh.
Swine's flesh. How'd that get in there? See, y'all put that on the black man and say he's a pork chop pastor, but you don't teach First Maccabees chapter 1 to give you who actually was behind the one who's doing this.
Right. And unclean beasts.
Unclean beasts. They brought that in there. Said throw out Leviticus 11. Throw out Deuteronomy 14.
Yeah. 48. Who's this? Skeleton fan says shalom family. Hey, shalom to you.
Hey, shalom.
I love your hats. 613 to her face says shalom, shalom to you.
Shalom. Fam's in the building.
Verse 48, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised.
See that?
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
See, they knew that Isaac got circumcised on the 8th day. They know that.
Yep.
They knew that was a custom of ours. So what did they do with the circumcision?
That they should also leave their children uncircumcised.
Don't do that. If Father told you to do that the 8th day, don't you do that.
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
See that? All types of profanation. That's what happens when you're dealing with a profane fornicator that don't find place for repentance.
Right.
And sells their birthright to make, guess what? Their God, their belly. Their God, their belly, but he's going to destroy both it and them.
Oh, yeah. 49. Who's this? Schizo fan. I just wanted to say what's up. I want to check out this stream later with my Bible. That's what's up,
that's
man.
what's up. That's how you, like they said, that's how you do that there. That's how you do that.
No doubt.
You got to. You got to bring the Holy Spirit with you, with your ears to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches.
49. To the end, they might forget the law.
Yes.
And change all the ordinances.
See, they wanted us to forget the law and change everything that they're saying. They'll tell you there's no law, but then they'll give you a set of laws that you must abide by.
Right.
Look at that.
And that's what they do. They go against everything the Most High say and say you do the opposite so you can sin against them.
And convince
and
you there's no law.
Follow their wicked laws that they set up.
Yeah, and their wicked ordinances.
Yeah. Verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. 51. In the selfsame manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanded the cities of Judah to sacrifice.
See that?
City by city.
Every city bringing that to the town of Jerusalem.
52. That many other people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law. And so they committed evils in the land. You said all they do is commit evils everywhere they go.
So when you consent and conform to this world, look what happens. Look what happens. You get schisms, you get isms, all that.
Yeah. 53. And drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor.
For comfort. Everywhere they can go flee for comfort, succor.
54.
For help.
Yeah. Now the 15th. The 15th day of the month. Who's that? Caslu in the 145th year. They set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar.
Spoken of by Daniel.
Yeah. And builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side.
Oh, they wouldn't build a pagan shrine on every side. They wouldn't.
That's all they do.
And don't you see them doing that today?
I was about to say, everywhere you go, all they buildings in, you see all them idols in it, all them idols in it. Every building you go to, where they're supposed to be setting up, supposed to be fake holy, all types of pagan stuff in it.
What verse is this?
That's verse 54.
So that's First Maccabees 1:54. So that's how you see them have all these temples built all over, pagan shrines. And you thinking they're worshiping the same God as you.
Yeah, they ain't.
And you ask them what God, they can't even tell you. What do you mean what God? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We know how to answer that because we know we worship.
Yeah.
Because salvation is for the remnant in Christ, who is from the tribe of Judah.
I'm going to read a couple. I'm going to go check on it real quick.
All right.
55. And burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found.
No, they didn't.
They burnt them with fire. And see, this is something I want to talk about. And I'm going to read. Let me go ahead. Let me read this in 57. And I'm going to go back to 56. And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. So it wasn't though they gave us the Bible in slavery. They said if we was caught reading, they're gonna put us to death. And let me read 50. That's why I wanted to bring this up. It ain't no they gave us the Bible in slavery. That's why we got it. That's a lie. Let me read this again for y'all saying that lie. Verse 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire.
That's the law and the prophets.
They didn't want us to have it. They burnt it. They didn't say, hey, let me give them this. They burnt it with fire.
Here's a gift. Here's a gift. Here, we want to gift you the word. We want to get, no, the scriptures say the Lord gave the word. And great was the company that published it. And that company is Israelites.
Yeah. So they rent in pieces the books of the law which they found. They burnt them with fire.
That's what they did.
57. And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
But I thought they gave it to him. But no, the king's commandment that they get put to death.
Yeah. Pure Truth 360 said, look at the serpent. They still doing it today. And our people out here sottish and deceived.
Yes, they are. Real sottish and deceived. Well did Jeremiah prophesy them. And like you said, pure truth. Ain't no but the pure truth.
Yeah. 58. Then did they by the authority unto the Israelites every month.
Yep. Every month. They didn't let up. Every month.
To as many as were found in the cities.
See that?
59. Now
so you see how that's how they put the fear on us. It had nothing to do. Oh, they gave it to us. No, they putting them on fear. So whatever they're saying, okay, we'll do what you're telling us. Yep. That's how that happened.
That's how that happened.
It didn't happen because we just want to give you guys a gift.
Yeah, right.
It's the Holy Bible. It's a holy manuscript. It's the scriptures.
That's
here, go ahead and take these 66 books.
Nope.
Take these 14 books, and there you go. You can have it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a straight.
Y'all think you guys are actually consenting with the ones who said let's be one people. Or they put a trembling, fearful heart on you, like they did some of us, so that we can run out.
Right.
That's what that is. But that's what these Greeks did. Their symbol is the goat, the rough goat, and the leopard. And can a leopard change his spots? What about the Ethiopian, their skin?
Nope. 59. Now the 5 and 20th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar.
That's what they did.
Which was upon the altar of God.
Ooh, see, that's what they call it. What is that? The idol. Ooh.
Upon the idol altar.
They're called idol altars. So that's what you guys see today. When you see them out there with their little fake buildings that they're calling churches, that they're calling mosques, that they're calling temples made with
all
hands.
that is idol altar.
It's called an idol altar. And what they're trying to replace?
Which was upon the altar of God.
See that? So they're trying to mix it in.
Yeah.
And that's how you think it's, oh, they gave it. No. That's idol altars on top of the altar, because they're actually trying to make what they want to do and how they want to sculpt it.
Yeah. And then look how more wicked these people get, these wicked heathen Edomite bastards. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised.
See that?
60, and they hanged the infants about their necks.
See that?
And rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. So we follow the Most High, and here these wicked bastards come to put us to death, and we pass it to the children and put the children to death. You see how wicked these people are? But y'all still keep saying that these people are serving the Most High. You still keep saying you can't stop nobody from serving the Father. You still keep saying they righteous Gentiles. You still keep saying gotta be a light to these people. You want to be a light to a serpent and a snake and a devil and a beast? That's crazy. And the darkness cannot comprehend the light. Don't you understand that?
And even though he's calling them idol altars, in which they're trying to merge with the altar that the Father had the priests give to the children of Israel, you guys are still trying to say, no, it's the same worship. And if it's not the same worship, oh, we'll teach them. We'll be a light to them. Yep. Just lying.
Now look, now we're going to see something real good right here.
Yes.
Because you got some ones that was obedient to death. 62. Howbeit, many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing.
The many, the called, the chosen, the very elect.
63.
They're going to say faithful to the end. Even all that was going on, many did what?
Howbeit, many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. 63. Wherefore, they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died. 64. And there was very great wrath upon Israel. That's the whole chapter. We're going to give me 1 second. I got to check
go ahead. Yeah, that great wrath that came on them. But even in the midst of that wrath, they still feared the Most High. And that's what you'll see when you read about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Daniel being thrown in the lion's den. And you see that even though you got heathens and even your own people who's consenting with the heathens to be confederate with them. But first saying, say you're not a confederacy. But as soon as the heat is fake turned up, now you're going to, and when tribulation comes, now because there's no root in you, you'll see what happened, whose side you're going to be with. But then you had many that was faithful. And even they were faithful unto death, even with the threat of death. They said they purposed themselves not to be defiled. And so, hey, they just stood in the face of adversity, in the face of oppression. And that was the present misery then. And you can go study a lot of different empires where Israelites was being ruled over, or their land that the Father gave us, which was the land of Canaan, to see how they came in and how they moved on us. And so this first Maccabees chapter 1 is going to tell you the whole history and the construct on how this beast that was let loose, the leopard, the rough goat, how it was let loose on the earth to conquer. Because a leopard can't change his spots, but y'all saying it can. All you got to do is teach it. Nah, a leopard cannot change their spots. And there's no coincidence that the Father has, when you look at Daniel, that symbol of their symbol being the leopard. And leopards are swift. They're fast. They're very swift. And so you're looking at this leopard that cannot change. But guess what? We know the one who can go before the crooked and make it straight. Yep. So even though this stuff is happening, there's a plan for what the Lord going to do to this leopard, to this rough goat, and this iron that, that's going out there conquering. The Father got a plan on what He's going to do. The Prince of Princes is going to come and handle up. Just understand that. But it said His Father's appointed time. All these events have to come to be fulfilled how the Father wrote it out to be. Yep. But we just want to read First Maccabees 1 so that other people won't go to the cemetery and then talk about some shriveled up pope, some pedophile priest, and the Father I have sinned, and doing fake air crosses with fake images. Right. So that's all deception.
Right. Why? And you keep blaming the old pope. That's all these popes keep dying, and you keep saying, well, it's gonna be this pope. His old behind passed away. It's gonna be this pope. His old wrinkled, shriveled up self passed away. It's like, come on, man. It's nations of people doing this.
Yeah.
And they got somebody that's rising up and they got a whole team with them.
Yeah.
It's not just one person, man. Come on, man. Stop playing.
It's a beast and a false prophet. They got
we just read in Maccabees how when that one died, he spread it all to the ones he grew up with so they could multiply his evils when he's gone.
Yep. So they can keep that generation of vile, wicked dogs going. It's the same thing in Americas. Oh, let's see which one over here is going to be the Antichrist. Right. Is it Ross Perot? Is it Obama?
Right.
Is it this one? Is it Bush? Is it this? And every time they come in, it's always, it's going to be this one. This is all these little fake talks. And then, better safe than sorry.
And don't get it twisted. Every Edomite is the same no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
You got the Edomites over here in America, out in Russia. All of them is the same, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Stop playing games. They're all the same. So I wanted to be known. Don't try to make it seem like, these Edomites is different from these Edomites because they're a little nicer or they whatever. No, they all the same. They all the same beasts. They all the same wicked people that come from Esau. The ones that the Most High said going to destroy, and there's going to be no more left in Mount Esau. That's the same people.
And then they'll go in Ezekiel where it says Bama, which means a pagan shrine or high eminent place, and they go, oh look, Obama,
right?
Esau, D, Arabia,
Esau, D, Arabia.
That's how stupid, like our brother Pure Truth or sister Pure Truth. I don't know if that's a brother or sister, but
I don't know either.
Pure Truth said that's what they do. They come up in here and they try to defile what's going on. These serpents,
that's what they do.
These serpent talking tongues.
Yep, and we just read the whole book of Maccabees, and let's see what Daniel guys say.
Yes.
About this beast too.
Yeah.
We're gonna read Daniel 7, Daniel chapter 7, the whole chapter. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Verse 2, Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strode upon the great sea. Verse 3, and four great beasts came up from the sea.
Yeah.
Diverse one from another.
That's right.
And that's what we see. From this time of Greek, Rome, all the way up now, they diverse one from another. Verse 4, the first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld to the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man. And a man's heart was given to it. Verse 5, and behold, another beast, a second, like to a bed, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. Verse 6, after this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it.
And we saw that. We just read that in First Maccabees chapter 1, how the dominion was given to it.
Verse 7, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast.
4 beasts.
Dreadful and terrible.
Yes.
And strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth.
Yeah.
It devoured and brake in pieces.
That's what happened.
And stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
That's right.
And it had 10 horns.
Yes, it did.
Verse 8.
10 toes.
Yep. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in his horn were eyes like the eyes of man.
Yes.
And a mouth speaking great things.
Yep.
Verse 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Oh, yeah.
Whose garment was white as snow.
That's right.
And the head of his head like the pure wool.
No, the Pope was sitting in the Vatican because his temple is where we're waiting for the 3rd temple. We don't know if it's going to be in Tel Aviv, or we don't know if it's going to be in the Vatican, Rome.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
So Daniel is looking at the thrones getting cast down.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
And the Ancient of Days sitting on this throne because he never left the throne.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Yes, it is.
And the head of his head like the pure wool.
Pure wool.
His throne was like the fiery flame.
Fiery flame.
And his wheels as burning fire.
Burning fire.
10, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him.
Yes, he did. Because he's a consuming fire.
Yep.
Our God is a consuming fire.
Thousands minister unto him.
That's right.
And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
That's right.
The judgment was set, and the books were open. 11. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake.
That's right.
I beheld even to the beast was slain.
That's right.
And his body destroyed and given to the burning flame.
Woo! And his body, because he has a body, he has members all up in his body, and it's a harlot body.
Right.
And why would you want to join yourself to a great whore,
a
mother of harlots? Why would you want to do that?
Right. It's going to be destroyed.
Oh, yes. He beheld all that. What did he behold? He beheld what?
I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake.
So he heard the great words of the horn speaking. And then what else he looked at?
I beheld even to the beast was slain.
He even saw that beast getting slain. What else?
And his body destroyed.
And his body.
And given to the burning flame.
Woo! So the whole world going to be following after this beast, saying who can make war with him. Who can bring them down, except the ones whose names is written in the Lamb's Book of Life.
Verse 12, as concerned the rest of the beasts.
The rest of the beasts.
They had their dominion taken away.
That's right, because the kingdom of this world has become the kingdom of our God. Obadiah 1:21.
Yet their lives were prolonged for a season.
Prolonged for a season.
And time.
Yes.
13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man.
Son of Man.
Came with the clouds of heaven.
Came with the clouds of heaven. Revelation 1:7. All eyes are going to see him, even the ones who pierced him.
Yeah. And came to the Ancient of Days.
Ancient of Days. That's the Father. Father of spirits, Father of lights.
And they brought him near before him.
Yes, they did.
14, and there was given him dominion.
That's right.
And glory.
That's right.
And a kingdom.
That's right.
That all people.
Nations.
And languages. Should serve him.
Him.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
Hold that. What verse is this?
14.
14. Go to Isaiah 60 and verse 12. Isaiah 60 and 12. Because what if somebody goes, man, what if the beast, because we already saw that Daniel said he beheld until the beast was slain and the body. What does it say in Isaiah 62?
Isaiah 60 and 12.
What does that say?
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee,
that's right,
shall perish.
Woo!
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
There we go. Let's go back. So that's why you know it's going to get real now when the King of Kings and Lord of Lords is on the scene. Even those whose enemies in Israel that would not have him to reign, he said he would bring them hither.
Yep.
He ain't going to be playing. No. He coming back with a rod of iron to rule all nations.
Yep.
That's why he said, overcome like I overcame. So that you can sit where he going to be sitting, because he got a dominion. What did he get? What did the Father give him?
Daniel 7:14.
Let's see.
And there was given him dominion. And glory. And a kingdom. That all people. Nations. And languages. Should serve him.
Is going to serve him.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
No, it's temporary.
It's an everlasting dominion.
It can get plucked up.
It's an everlasting dominion.
But you got them joining hand in hand and said, let us cut them off from being a nation.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
Everlasting.
Which shall not pass away.
It's never going to pass away.
And his kingdom.
Yes.
That which shall not be destroyed.
And it'll never be destroyed. By no vampire millionaire. No ships can't come in there. No footmen. No chariots.
Nothing.
No Alexanders.
Nope.
No four carpenters.
No popes.
No popes. None of them. Whatever you want to call these people. No dukes.
No China. No Russia.
Nope.
No.
None of them.
What you're saying is the superpowers of the earth and all that garbage. None of them.
None of them.
15. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body. And the visions of my head troubled me.
Oh, yeah.
16, I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this.
The truth. We want to know the truth about this. Don't lie to me. Give me the truth.
So he told me.
What did he say?
And made me know the interpretation of the things.
All right. So they won't go, this is just your interpretation. Ain't no private interpretation over here. Nope. What did he tell Daniel?
17.
All right.
These great beasts.
Okay.
Which are four kings.
They're 4 kings.
Which shall arise out of the earth.
All right. So they're coming out of the earth.
And you see in the first Maccabees, how that one, he gave his kingdom to his
little colleagues, his counterparts.
Little buddies.
You saw that because for 12 years, and he yielded up the ghost. And then you saw what happened. If not, go back and refresh 1 Maccabees chapter 1.
Yep. Let me read again. These, verse 17, Daniel 7:17.
Yes.
These great beasts which are four kings,
yes,
which shall arise out of the earth.
Out of the earth.
18. But the saints of the Most High.
For who?
The saints of the Most High
are going to do what?
Shall take the kingdom.
No, they're not. They're just we're going to share the kingdom.
Shall take the kingdom.
No, we're going to be equal with them.
Shall take the kingdom.
We're going to take the kingdom.
And possess the kingdom forever.
And we're going to possess it.
Even forever and ever.
And ever, forever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast.
That's right.
Which was diverse from all the others.
Okay.
Exceeding dreadful.
Dreadful.
Whose teeth were of iron.
Yeah, because he was giving him power to make war with the saints and overcome them in Jerusalem. That was to get out the last remnant. Didn't Christ say, these be the days of vengeance? The ones who are in the land flee out.
Yeah, that's what he told.
And the ones who are outside the land don't come in here because this is the days of vengeance.
Yeah. And his nails of brass, which devoured, break in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet.
That's what he did. He trampled them. Matter of fact, go there. Revelation 11:2. Hold that. What verse is that?
That's verse 19.
19. Go to Revelation 11:1-2. So we can show that too. That's 19. He's stamped in pieces. Because you got another people making doctrines. Oh, they're going to be on the outer court and we're going to be on the inner court. Because they want to bring in the heathen. What does it say?
Revelation
11:1-2.
11:1-2.
Okay.
And there was given me a reed like unto a rod.
Yes.
And the angel stood, saying,
what do you say?
Rise and measure the temple
of God.
Measure
the temple of God. The temple of God.
And the altar.
Yes.
And them that worship therein.
The altar and the true worshipers in spirit and in truth. What
Verse 2.
Yes.
But the court which is without the temple.
But the court which is without the temple. Without the temple. Leave that out.
And measure it not.
And don't you measure that.
For it is given unto the Gentiles.
And what they going to do?
In the holy city shall they tread underfoot.
No. The holy city, they're praying for it. They're facing the east. They're saying, Kumbaya, my Lord. What are they saying?
In the holy city shall they tread underfoot.
They're treading the foot. They're treading the holy city underfoot.
42 months.
That's what they're doing. We're going back to Daniel 7:19. Y'all using Revelation 11:2 and saying, oh, look, don't worry, heathen. Feel comfortable. Don't worry about what they say in the judgment. Because you're going to have an outer court. They said they trampling the holy city.
Man, they're not coming
like your grapes, and they're pressing you in. They got their foot on your neck.
They don't mention that part.
Oh, they don't mention that.
Though. They leave that out.
Yeah, they just
about trampling down.
Yes.
They leave that out.
Oh,
they don't even read that part.
They don't even read the trample part. They act like we don't know that one. We ain't gonna say that one.
Yep.
We just found a place where you have a part with us. It said leave it out.
Yep. So we're gonna go back to Daniel 7:19.
Yes.
Ooh, that Jacqueline says, so sorry that I'm late. It's all good.
No, it's all good, Jacqueline. Jacqueline's in the house. It's our sister.
Verse 19, then I will know the truth of the fourth beast.
Yes, you got to know the truth, y'all, because that's what it's about, the spirit of truth, not the spirit of error.
Nope.
What's up with this fourth beast?
Which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron,
yes,
and his nails of brass, which devoureth, break in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet.
That's what he did, trampled. That's why the angel, he was committed to the angel. Don't measure that. Leave that out. That's the court without the temple. Without the temple, they don't got the Most High. That's the throne of iniquity.
Yep.
They're out there declaring mischief through laws.
That's all they're doing. Verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, flip the page, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell.
3 of them fell.
Even of that horn that had eyes.
Yep.
And a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
Yep.
21, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints.
Made war with the saints.
And prevailed against them. So every time we read, these heathens ain't making peace with us.
Nope.
They're not trying to serve our God with us.
Nope.
It says they made war with the saints.
That's what they made.
And prevailed against them.
That's what they did and prevailed.
22, until the Ancient of Days came.
Until the Ancient of Days came, what happened?
And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High.
That's right. That's when the judgment's going to give to the saints. So it has nothing to do with, well, how would you like it if they called you a nigger? It's beyond just a name calling. No, how would they like it when the Ancient of Days shows them what's written? Because they're going to see. They're getting ready to see.
They're going to be ruled with a rod of iron.
Rod of iron.
They got captivity in lake of fire.
Yes.
Waiting for them.
That's
so they can say nigga all they want. That don't mean nothing. But guess what? that lake of fire gonna mean something to them.
Yeah,
and that captivity gonna mean something to them.
And that's why Paul Mooney, one of my favorite comedians, said, "I say nigga 100 times, it makes my teeth white." And then next thing you know what they do? They said, "Stop saying nigga, say N-word."
Right.
So nobody ain't controlling the Ancient of Days.
Nope.
What
it says until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the
Most High.
And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
That time is coming. Is this the time that the kingdom is coming to Israel? So the time is only in the Father's power.
Yeah.
None of us know that time.
Nah, we going.
But it's going to be an appointed time. We know the time exists.
One thing we do know is coming. We just don't know when it's coming.
No, we don't know the day nor the hour.
That's all. We know it's coming. But we just don't know exactly when.
Yes, but it's going to be given to the saints. We do know that. It's going to be put in their hand back in the rightful order.
They're going to possess the kingdom.
Yes, because right now all the nations, gods are idols right now. And right now, all the foundations are out of course. Yep. So the Most High, the Ancient Days, have to put it back to how He set it up. And that's us above all people.
Yep.
Not equal, not being ruled over as bondmen and bondwomen, bearing their shame.
Right.
So the Ancient of Days did what?
And so the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High.
That's right. And
the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
The saints now gonna possess the kingdom. Ain't that gonna be a blessing? That's worldwide peace. Worldwide peace. Paradise when we possess it. It's gonna be a righteous kingdom, righteous people.
Yep. 23. Who that? Pure Truth 360 said, yes, indeed, judgment.
That's right.
And Jacqueline said, I think many of them feel something coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they feel it.
Oh, yeah, they feel it. Their hearts are feeling it. They looking to see what's coming. They are.
And they know that judgment is coming too. They know it.
The Ancient of Days.
They know. So, but this is how wicked they are. They know, but they still gonna continue to be wicked. Yep. It don't even matter. Yep. That's just how them people are.
Yep.
They some prideful, wicked people.
Yep.
And some of our people don't understand that.
Nah.
I don't know what it is. They lie to you and speak peaceably, and you see all the stuff they put on TV. They make themselves like heroes, and they make themselves look like they're just the saviors of the world. And you get tricked by that. And then when you see them, you think they're something great. But these people are nothing but Satan. They are the children of Satan. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's who they serve. They don't serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No, they serve Satan. Yeah. And they false gods.
And their belly.
And themselves.
And their belly. They don't live by every word that proceeds out of the Father's mouth.
No, they don't.
Because man is not supposed to only live by food, bread only, but by every word that proceeds out of the Father's mouth. You can find that in Daniel chapter 8.
Yeah.
The first 3-4 verses. But they don't understand that. Their God is their belly. They're evil beasts, slow bellies.
Yeah.
That's all it is to them. They're brute beasts.
Jacob said they are arrogant.
Yeah, they are arrogant. You're right. Our sister's right. You're saying the same thing Hannah said. But see, what did she say? Talk no more exceedingly arrogant. Let not pride come out your mouth. Because our God is a God of knowledge. And by Him, actions are weighed. And that's what He's doing, weighing it in a balance. And it's not a false balance.
Nope.
And the Lord is showing us line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little.
Yep.
And that's who He's teaching knowledge. The ones who are weaned from the breast. We are newborn babes. And He's feeding us this. The Spirit of grace is doing excellent things for us. But you got to have an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying.
You got to. 23. Thus He said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth.
Yes.
Upon earth.
The fourth kingdom. Okay.
Which shall be diverse from all kingdoms.
All kingdoms.
And shall devour the whole earth.
The whole earth.
And shall tread it down.
That's what they're doing.
And break it in pieces.
That's what they're doing.
And see, every time we see about these kingdoms getting brought up, all they're doing is wickedness.
Yeah.
They're not doing nothing that's righteous. It's all wickedness that these people that set up in the kingdom. All they're doing is being wicked in their kingdom.
And they're destroyers. Is that what the devil does? He comes to kill, steal, and destroy.
And that's what they follow.
They're following Satan.
Yeah.
Destroyers.
24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise.
Yes.
And another shall rise after them.
That's right.
And he shall be diverse from the first.
That's right.
And he shall subdue 3 kings.
That's what he's doing.
25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Nah, he ain't doing that.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He ain't for the Most High. So don't let them fool you by saying in God we trust. No, we don't. It's His currency. It's His riches. That's what He made His trust.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And that's what we see. Aren't y'all worn out by this beast? Oh, I'm so tired. And did the scripture say the soles of your feet ain't gonna have no rest?
No rest.
You're not gonna be at ease amongst these nations.
Yep.
You're not gonna find no ease. They're gonna pimp you out, work you out, 24/7, 365. Ain't gonna find no rest.
I think to change times and laws.
Woo! Yeah, aren't they doing that too?
Yeah, they are.
They thinking it up. What can I change? What can I do? You know the Lord hates adding and taking away. You know there's plagues for that.
And they should be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time.
That's what's happening in his hand. So the Lord is setting that up. It's not going to be forever.
No, it ain't. 26, but the judgment shall sit.
The judgment's going to sit, like our sister said.
And they shall take away his dominion.
Yes.
To consume.
Yes.
And to destroy it until the end.
To the end. We're going to take that away. Ain't no more consummation some more. And ain't no more destroying all the way up to the end. He's going to cease. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, he's going to stop that. Where's that? Daniel what?
How about 26?
7:26. Yeah. Going to take away that. Their power to consume. And their power to destroy all the way up to the end. Because they're going to do that all the way up to the end. And guess what? We're going to serve the Most High faithfully. Because not only are we called, not only are we chosen, we're going to stay faithful. We're going to even go beyond just being chosen. We're going to stay faithful like Mashiach was to the end. And he came to teach us how to be faithful. Because, you know, we may say that we're chosen. And we may quote, many are called, but few are chosen. But not too many people add faithful to that equation. So when you're with him, you're going to stay faithful because you could be called, right? Many are called. You could be chosen. But then after that, you drop out. You're not faithful anymore. You become unfaithful. And the Lord don't want that. So some of us, you know, whatever we're going through, whatever, from the trials, the tribulations, it was already given the beast power to make war. And then there's things. But when you study Revelation chapter 5, you see John, the Revelator, was weeping. He was crying. And then the angel had to comfort him and succor him, say, "Now don't weep not, for the line of the tribe of Judah has prevailed." And he stayed faithful to the end, even when the people wasn't with him. His own arm brought forth salvation. So that's what's going on. So we got a faithful witness, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, that he was going to fulfill. He said, "Lo, I come in the volume of the book that's written of me to do thy will, O God, O power." And that's why the Father gave him a kingdom and a throne, because he saw that he hated iniquity. He said, "Even thy God, therefore thy God, even thy God," and gave him a scepter and a kingdom. This all happened in the secret places of heaven. And he did that. And then he's going to establish that, not in heaven, but on earth. He's going to bring that to this earth. What happened in heaven, that's where the meeting took place with his son. It's going to bring it right down here to actually show you that. So when he gets that dominion, everybody that's going to be with him, we're going to be ruling forever, as far as that's ones that's written in the Lamb's Book of Life. That's what's going to happen. So that's why it's very important for you to stay and study to show yourself approved, a workman not being ashamed. You got to rightly divide this word of truth, because you got a lot of people coming up with private interpretations, but there's nothing. Secrets belong to the Most High. And his understanding is what surpasses anything. So if you lack wisdom, ask of God. He'll give you the answers. So we're at Daniel 7:26. Yep. So that's what he's doing. The Father, he's on the throne. He hasn't left. He's doing an excellent job, and all praises to him for everything that he's doing for Jacob. He's not going to let us down. His will is going to be fulfilled, just like it is in heaven, on earth. And his kingdom that he got prepared for us, nobody ain't going to be able to touch it. Like, what did he tell Peter? And the gates of hell ain't going to be able to prevail against it. Because I'm going to build my church on this rock. The same rock that David followed, that was higher than him. And that rock was Mashiach. That rock is Christ. That's the same one who followed us when we came out of Egypt. We all drank of that same spiritual drinking, and we all ate of that spiritual meat. So now we're eating it now. We're all partaking and we're communing it right now. Where there are 2 or 3 gathering in his name, we're doing it right now. This is his communion, his body. Take of it. Learn of me. His burden is light. If you're weary, he said, "Come to me, all you are heavy laden, I'll give you rest." And we're going to enter into that 7th-day rest. And we're going to cease from all this hard bondage that we were made to serve. So that's what's going to happen. So he's the judge of the quick and the dead. The Father knows what he's doing. And he's putting this all together. And it's marvelous in our eyes. It is. It's marvelous. The bright morning star, marvelous in our eyes. Yeah. And us as newborn babes, we're perfecting praise. Because it's marvelous in our eyes. He sold the light for the righteous. That's what he sold it for. So we got to continue to stay faithful. The body of Christ has to stay faithful.
Yep.
Once he calls you, you can't look back like Lot's wife did. You got to stay faithful. Even if it's in tribulation, because it's going to be a righteous thing to recompense tribulation in the flesh for those who troubled you. Understand, just keep the faith and patience of the saints. Those who led in captivity, they're going to captivity. Those who killed with the sword must be killed. This is the patience. This is the faith. This is the patience. This is the faith, y'all. This is the patience. This is the faith. To have patience on the Ancient of Days. To judge him worthy that he's going to bring this all to pass. Whether you're resting in hope or whether you have breath when he comes. We're going to have patience to wait on our Father.
Yep. So we'll go back to this verse 26.
26. Daniel 7:26.
But the judgment shall sit.
It's sitting right now.
And they that shall take away his dominion.
Yes.
To consume and to destroy it unto the end.
Yes.
27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom of the whole heaven should be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
That's what he's going to give it to.
Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
Yes, it is.
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
That's right. Isaiah 60:12.
So we give him the kingdom. Not everybody coming and joining with us. So it tells you who's getting the kingdom.
That's right.
28. Hitherto is the end of the matters.
Yes.
As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much trouble me.
Yes, it did.
And my consonants changed in me.
Yes.
But I kept the matter in my heart.
Sometimes you got to do that. Because these are heavenly visions. Sometimes, like when you talk, people are like, what are you talking about? Are you on? Yeah, sometimes you got to keep the matter to yourself. The Lord, when he's showing you things, and some people may not understand it, but they're going to see it.
Yeah, they are.
Because the Father going to make sure he fulfills his will. It's not coming back to him void.
Nope.
Where we at now?
Now we're going to end it with this right here.
All right.
Jacques said, keep quoting those scriptures. Momo said, good evening, family. Hey, good evening.
Good evening, Momo.
We have Revelation 13. We're going to end it with Revelation 13, 1 through 10.
All right.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea.
Yes.
And saw beasts rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon his horns 10 crowns. And upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Not the name of righteousness.
Nope.
The name of blasphemy. Verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Yes, he was.
There was a leopard again.
There's the leopard spotted.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
A rough bear.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him, his power and his seat and great authority. Verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast.
Aren't they doing that now?
Where's that false image at?
Yeah, where is it at?
Let's
you got
see.
it?
Let me see if I got
it. Go ahead and look at that. All the world is wondering after the beast as we speak. Yep. Then and now, to the ends, to where his dominion is taken away to consume and to destroy.
Yeah.
They've been back then. The mystery of iniquity was already working back then during the time of the leopard, rough goat, all the way up to now, until his dominion is taken away. This is not going to always be like this, Israel.
No.
We were all oppressed together, no matter where we were at. No matter if we were scattered in Africa, scattered in Asia, scattered in Europe. It don't matter. If we were scattered in North, South, Central Americas, we were scattered in Canada or the islands of the seas.
Yep.
The West Indies.
And look, it says, all the world wondered after the beast.
All the one is wondering.
Now look, when I type this in, look what this says. It says this image. It says, Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior.
Yeah, right.
You see who they put that? You see who put themselves up like this? All the world is wondering after this beast right here, his image. Everybody's looking, they crying and say, "Oh, he's the Savior." They watch the Passion of Christ,
crying.
They watch all these movies, crying, and that's why people have all this sympathy and compassion for these people because they think that this is the Savior.
That's how their heart is going out to them.
Yeah.
Or even if they play like little things about dying and going to heaven stories, and you see their people making up stories. Heaven or hell stories, but guess what? You ask them, how did Christ look?
Right.
And then they give the description of what?
That image right here.
They give a description of that. So you know the line. So you take that little line image and you get it out of here. I don't care if it's a child or adult. Get that up out of here. But they're using this image in order to make it seem like they're true worshipers.
Right.
But they're really idol worshipers of dead images.
And the only reason these heathens even fake like they like the Bible is because they saying this image right here is in the Bible. That's the only reason.
Yeah. That's how they were able to fool the world. So who's all wandering after the beast? Some people.
It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
He was compared to a leopard, spotted.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Rough.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him power and a seat and great authority.
All right.
Verse 3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
All the world is wondering after Christ.
And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who was like unto the beast? Who was able to make war with him?
What? You make war with him?
That's what they saying. And don't these people say that?
Aren't they saying that? Who could bring him down?
Right.
Man, he got the most powerful military.
Man,
Who gonna shut him down?
Man, he can press a button and blow the whole world up.
Man.
He got his military that's just so powerful, they can just run in your house and do whatever they want to. There's nothing you can do about it.
Who can make war with him?
You can't make no war with him. He's too powerful.
Who can make who? I wonder who can do it.
Verse 5, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy.
Blasphemy, that's what's coming out of his mouth.
But ain't nobody talking about the mouth, this mouth right here.
No.
How come everybody talking about what black people's doing?
In their mouth.
In their mouth. What about this mouth right here?
Yeah, what about this mouth?
It says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
That same 42 months in Revelation 11:2.
Verse 6, and he opened his mouth.
In what?
In blasphemy against God.
In praise against to the Most High.
He opened his mouth in blasphemy against God.
That's what he's doing. Every time he opens up his mouth.
To blaspheme his name.
That's what he's doing.
And his tabernacle.
His tabernacle.
And them that dwell in heaven.
And the ones who are in heaven.
This ain't blasphemy.
Is it?
Saying that this is Mashiach, saying this is the Son of God. That ain't blasphemy. What people did this.
Yeah.
What people still doing this. But you saying they could cleave and hold on and serve the Father. They are blasphemers. Let me read it again. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Y'all niggas don't care though. Y'all love y'all heathens too much. Y'all don't care. Verse 7, it was given unto him to make war with the saints. They make a war with the saints, and all you could do is say, not all of them. Stop calling them that. They're righteous. Let them follow me. I gotta be a light to them. That's crazy delusional talk. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
See that? That's how he got the whole earth.
Yep. Who's that? Pure Truth 360. Jacqueline said, who was buying the battery? Pure Truth 360. Pure Truth 360 said they gonna get it double, probably triple, and I can't wait. Our kingdom come. That will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
That's right. That's how we're supposed to pray. Bring that out. That's right. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not to temptation. We want to be delivered from evil.
No doubt. Verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb.
Because they left the Lamb to go follow the beast.
Ain't this who they worshiping?
To go chant. Who can make war with this dude?
And they fall on their knees and, oh, Jesus, and they crying and making all these movies, and everybody's so sad and looking at him as the Savior. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop
multiplying evils. They out there multiplying evils, and you're saying, well, it ain't that bad. Not all of them.
And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him,
his people,
whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the earth.
Yep.
The true Lamb, not that false image right there.
Yeah, that ain't the Lamb slain.
That ain't the Lamb slain.
That's a dead image.
Right. That's a dead image.
That was not the Lamb slain.
Verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear.
Yeah.
Do you ones who say righteous Gentiles have an ear?
Do you?
Do you ones who say cleavers have an ear?
Do you?
Do you ones who say I gotta be a light to Gentiles have an ear?
Do you?
Do you ones who say the Gentiles be grafted in have an ear?
Do you?
Okay. Well, let them hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
What's gonna happen?
Shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword.
What's gonna happen?
Must be killed with the sword.
Now, what about the saints?
Here is the patience
and what else?
And the faith
of who?
Of the saints. So that's the faith and the patience of the saints. Y'all not the saints. Y'all want this beast to continue being wicked and evil. Y'all love this kingdom. But the patience and the faith of the saints, we want our enemies to pay. We want to get set up in the kingdom.
And then you got people say, oh, when the saints go marching in. Let me ask you who the saints are.
Right.
Come on, you want to be in that number.
Yeah, come on.
I want to be in the number.
If
you're not in the Lamb's Book of Life, you're going to be over there with the beast.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
So you could be delusional, and you could do the Cabbage Patch. You can teach me how to Dougie. You can do all that stuff. It don't matter what you're teaching and what dance move you're doing.
Right.
They are not teaching about the saints marching in.
No, they ain't. Not the true saints.
Did you want to get that part where it says, is this the man that made the kingdom, the world to shape? The kingdom? Is this the man?
I get that last one done.
Okay.
Okay.
Isaiah 14, where it says, is this the man that shook the kingdom? So that's what they're going to start saying.
Yeah, we're going to end it with this right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Twan Green said, good day, my melanated fam. Shalom to y'all. Hey,
good
shalom
day.
To you too, brother. Jacqueline said, Israel, the saints.
That's right. That's right. And you're going to give the power to the saints like we saw in Daniel 7.
Yep.
Isaiah 14. All right. And we'll go to the part where it says, is this the man? Because that's what's going to happen. Since thou art laid down, no feller have come up.
All right. We're going to end it with this right here. Isaiah 14 and let's see.
Yeah, we want to start at. And then we go to where he's cutting their name off too. 22.
I'm going to start a verse. What it says, Lucifer, start that one?
Yeah, you can.
Verse 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Can you show his image?
Son of the morning.
Son of the morning. See, that's who, you know how y'all call Illuminati? Another word for Illuminati is Lucifer. Lucifer, which means light bearer. Illuminati means light bearer. Lucifer means light bearer. All right.
How about
that? But it's a false light because didn't Satan change himself into an angel of light?
Yeah,
isn't that person that thinks they're the angel of light?
Right.
Okay.
How? Where am I? I lost my
12.
No, I know. I just lost my spot while I was reading. Let's see. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken which didst weaken the nation?
What did he do? What did Lucifer do?
Weaken the nation. Put up a little more.
What did the Illuminati do?
Weaken the nations.
Okay. What did Lucifer do?
Weaken the nations.
All right.
13. For thou hast said in thy heart.
What did he say?
I will ascend into heaven.
Oh, you're a liar.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
You're in trouble.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
Woo, they saying they're going to take us into possession.
In the sides of the north.
You're in trouble.
14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
The devil's a liar.
I will be like the Most High.
No, you're not.
Verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
See, I wanted y'all to see the words of blasphemy that they're speaking. But yet you're going to be brought where?
Brought down to hell.
You're going to be brought down to hell.
To the sides of the pit.
That's where you're going.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah.
16. They that see thee shall nearly look upon thee.
Can you show it? They that see you, because not everybody sees it yet.
They shall nearly look upon thee.
And say what?
And consider thee, saying, is this the man that...
Wait. Is this the angel?
Is this the man?
No, is this a hybrid?
Is this the man?
Is this the man?
That made the earth to tremble?
That's the one who's making everybody tremble?
That did shake kingdoms.
The one that was going around shaking kingdoms?
Yeah. 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
Whoa.
And destroyed the cities thereof.
No, I thought he evangelized everybody with a great commission. Didn't he do that in Matthew chapter 28?
That made the world as a wilderness.
He made the world as a wilderness.
And destroyed the cities thereof.
And he destroyed all the cities thereof.
That opened not the house of his prisoners.
And he didn't want to let nobody go.
18. All the kings of the nations.
Or what?
Even all of them lie in glory.
They did.
Everyone in his own house.
They did have their time to rule and reign. 19.
But thou art cast out of thy grave.
Picture.
Like an abominable branch.
But you're cast out of your grave. Like what type of a branch?
Abominable branch.
An abominable branch.
Hold up. And as the raiment of those that are slain.
And that's how you look.
Thrust through with the sword.
Thrust through with a sword.
That go down to the stones of the pit.
See, you're not the lamb slain. You're like abominable branch that's what?
thrust through with a sword.
Thrust through with a sword, because those who kill with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That go down to the stones of the pit.
And what else?
As a carcass trodden underfoot.
That's what you're going to be, a carcass trodden underfoot.
Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial.
No, you're not. Why?
Because thou hast destroyed thy land.
Because when you were in power, you destroyed what?
Thy land.
You destroyed your land when you had the dominion.
And slain thy people.
And you were going out there slaying your people. You were bloodthirsty.
The seed of evildoers
or what?
Shall never be renowned.
You're never going to be honored.
21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
For what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Because of the iniquity of their fathers.
That they do not rise.
That you're not going to rise.
Nor possess the land.
Because you're not going to possess the land.
Nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Even, and that's why we're going to call you the border of wickedness. The people in whom the Lord hath indignation. But he's going to be magnified by our border. Because he's going to restore us back to our border. What else?
Now, let me know when you...
just one more. With Babylon.
22.
22.
For I will rise up against them.
What is the Lord going to do?
For I will rise up against them.
Can you show the image, please? He's going to rise up against who?
Yeah, you got to hold it, because I
okay,
can't
yeah,
hold it.
I'm hold it.
Trying to do that.
Tell me. Right here? He going to...
Hold it like... Hold up.
Right here?
Yeah, right there. That's
okay.
It.
He gonna rise up against who?
22. I will rise up against them.
He gonna rise up against them all.
Saith the Lord of hosts.
That's right.
And cut off from Babylon.
Wait, who's saying this?
The Lord of hosts.
He gonna rise up and do what?
I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yes.
And cut off from Babylon.
Okay.
The name.
All right.
And remnant.
Uh-huh.
And son.
All right.
And nephew.
Uh-huh.
Saith the Lord.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Saith the Lord. So he's going to get rid of that name Babylon. That's why it says Mystery Babylon in Revelation 18, 17 and 18.
And guess what? Don't get it twisted. Edom is a part of Babylon.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody who don't understand, we get that last one.
Thank you.
And that's it. Just to show Edom is a part of Babylon. People that saying, wait a minute, what's that talk about?
I know. What's Edom?
What's
Can we do 1 through 7?
Where's that at?
It's Psalm 137.
All right.
Let's start at 1. Because
and then we got to end with this.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
It'll be all day.
Yeah. So you can understand how that Edom is a part of Babylon.
All right.
We're
going to show right here 1 through
8.
No, we're going to just read the whole chapter. This is 9 verses.
Okay, 9 verses.
Psalms 137, the whole chapter.
All right.
It says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, we wept.
Yes.
When we remembered Zion.
See that, y'all? We remember Zion.
Verse 2, we hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
That's what we did.
Verse 3, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
They that carried away us who?
Captive. Required of us a song.
They want us to entertain them. Entertain me.
Yeah. And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion.
Go sing that song. Swing low, right. Sweet chariot. Why are we going to...
Verse 4.
Yeah.
How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
In a strange land. Where's Israel?
In a strange land.
That's where we're at, a strange land. But yet you want us to entertain you with gospel songs. We're not singing those songs to you. We're not trying to entertain you.
Nah. Verse 5. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem.
That's right.
Let my right hand forget her cunning. Verse 6. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth.
Yes.
If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy.
That's right.
Verse 7. Remember, O Lord.
Okay.
The children of Edom.
No, don't remember. They're all gone. They all perished.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
The children of Edom.
In the day of Jerusalem.
What they say?
Who said, raise it, raise it.
You know what that means? Destroy it, destroy it.
Even to the foundation.
Woo, they in trouble. Now the Lord got to cut them. They talking about Mashiach. Even the foundation.
Yep, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon.
O daughter of who? What they call Edom?
O daughter of Babylon.
What's going to happen?
Who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be.
That does what?
That reward of thee.
Okay.
As thou hast served us.
Okay, KK.
So we're going to be happy when you get rewarded the way you did us. We're going to do you. You will get rewarded. And somebody was saying double or triple. Yeah.
Yep.
Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
As thou hast served us.
So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not getting off for all your wickedness, all the murdering, all the atrocious things you did to the children of Israel, you're not getting away with it. You're going to get the double.
Oh, yeah.
As is written.
So that's why we went to Psalm 137 to show you that Edom is called a daughter of Babylon.
That's what Edom
who
called.
To be destroyed. So you're saying Edom just disappeared. Edom is the end of the world.
Edom is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it. Definitely. So we wanted to bring out Pure Truth 360, the whole book for their judgment Obadiah. Yep.
That's right. All 21 verses.
Yeah, it is. So that's why I wanted to bring out when evils multiplied on the earth, and the beast was let loose.
Yes.
So we want to bring this out, brothers and sisters, to show that it's not just some stripped up pope.
Nope.
It's a whole nation of people that's going around doing this, man. Yep. We wanted to show what's written, what the word was saying, and how it all came about, and how it's still going on to this day. So we just want to say, man, nothing but love to y'all. Nothing but love to the 12 tribes scattered throughout the four corners of the earth and enemies' lands.
And also, too, no greater foundation can any man lay than that of Mashiach Yahushua.
Yep.
No greater foundation can any man lay is that stone which some of the builders rejected, but at the same time, the one that is marvelous in our eyes, we see it. It's marvelous in our eyes to see with the Lord. But he said, until you say, blessed is he who's come in the name of the Lord. And that's what he did. He came in the name of his Father. So that's what's happening.
Shout said, I thank TMH for both of you. I love you, brother, and I love you, sister. I love Israel.
That's right.
Nothing but love to you too, Jacqueline.
We love you, Jacqueline, our sister. We're supposed to love our neighbors as ourselves, the children of our people. And that love is unfeigned.
Yeah. Pure Truth 360. All love, family. Thanks for the lesson. Yes, all love too. No problem. No doubt.
And thank y'all for actually contributing too, because we're all gathering together as we see the day approaching. Because we're not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. We're going to unite in the spirit of truth and the spirit of prophecy. While we're waiting patiently on our Lord.
Waiting patiently.
We're going to be reconciled. We're the kingdom, back to the Father.
Yep.
We're going back to our rightful place. And this is like this is going to be like this never happened.
Yeah. So I want to say nothing but love to the children of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth and enemies' lands.
Yes.
If you're sinning, repent. Don't die in your sin. If you're not sinning, keep doing what you're doing.
That's right.
And stay strong to the end, man. Stay strong in the spirit. Put your full armor on, because the devil's out here trying to devour whoever he can. So make sure you got your full armor on at all times. We did, man.
That's right. Almost did. At the door. He's knocking right at the door. You gonna answer? When he comes and he knocks, are you gonna answer his call?
Right. Be faithful to the end, brothers and sisters, man. Keep doing what y'all doing.
That's right.
And until next time,
love you much.
Nothing but love to y'all, man. All right.